A quick message before the episode starts. I noticed while I was editing this episode that we referenced a moment I didn't remember. So I looked back and going through my entire computer and all the cloud websites that we use for audio, the episode where we were in Tiatwaki was gone. Could not find it anywhere. I remember doing it, but no idea where the audio went. We go right from arriving in Tiatwaki to leaving to go to the mega church. So I wanted to give you guys a real quick rundown of what went down in that episode, because there's a few things that happened that were important in there. And this would have been episode 49. The gist of the episode was, we arrived in Tiatwaki and were met with some pretty stern looks and mean glares. That is, until we let them know that we were friends of Casey. At which point they accepted us with open arms, like, hey, yeah, welcome to Tiatwaki. So we kind of looked around the settlement, saw the gigantic mana tree. Elias and Patton spoke with the botanist at the site about the tree and about the plants that they were making, the mana producing plants that were more efficient than normal. And we also learned about the trial by night. The trial by night is part of the Tiatwaki's code of survival of the fittest, and that the weak didn't deserve the rock, and that they had no purpose because the world was so harsh now. Members of Tiatwaki would have to endure a full night without any mana-supporting gear outside the walls of the city. And after that, we all turned in for the night and were woken suddenly to undertake a quote-unquote trial of the night, and that's when we made our way to the mega church. So there's a quick rundown of what happened. It comes up a little bit in this episode, but I just want to keep you guys in the know there, and sorry about missing that episode. No idea where it went. But let's go ahead and go right on to Revival episode 51.
I'm pretty sure everywhere is, quote, Ted, just south of Florida, kinda.
Am I wrong? If you head south of Florida, let's say if you head south at like a 5-degree angle, eventually you're going to hit something. And eventually you're going to hit everything. It's like in Dragon Ball Budokai 3, when you had to find the Dragon Balls. But you couldn't find where they were, so you just kind of went in a diagonal and zoomed across the entire planet. It's kind of like that.
I don't know if that's a real thing that happened in that game, but I'm going to assume that you're right.
It's also how you found Broly.
If you go just 5 degrees south of Florida, eventually you'll hit Revival, a Dungeons & Dragons real play podcast.
When we last left you nerds, you had just managed to deftly socially maneuver your way out of starting a whole incident.
Oops. Oh yeah, that's right. That's what we were doing.
Yes. You're gonna get those suits to begin your long journey westward.
Yeah, we just left the Tiawaki people.
Well, yeah, you're gonna have to chill there on the outskirts of town for a bit while they get those suits made for you.
And while we keep our, guns trained on them, just in case they want to be dicks about it.
Yeah, maybe. So, if you will all open up any form of map, right?
I'll be the navigator.
No.
So, straight up, at this point, you can go fucking anywhere. You can take any route that you would like to get to your final destination, which is the Redwood Forests, right?
True. But I thought we were also going to go to Colorado.
You were going to do that afterwards. Remember how we've had this discussion like 5 times?
Look.
Yes, but it's confusing. I thought we were going to Colorado.
No, the thing is, we're not ready for that yet, because it's a complete dead zone as opposed to where we would be going elsewhere.
Well, I know that we are really far south of that, so we'll get to it later. But this whole Quetzalcoatl initiative thing probably isn't even that important.
And also, you've kind of got a potentially looming threat that's kind of stopping things, especially considering that I don't know if you noticed, but it looks like Michael got another one of them artifacts with that book he had, and it looked like it did some weird vampire shit.
He's also really pissing people off.
He's not
so
doing vampire shit. He was doing Knights of the Old Republic 2 shit.
Yes. Which is vampire shit, basically. It's the same goddamn thing. I'm just shorthanding it. So, any dang way.
Oh yeah,
You're
where's
going to be
my
able to
fucking
get-
displacer beast?
Your Displacer Beast in the road train.
Oh, cool.
So, I'm just saying, this is before we're gonna jump into character. I'm just telling you guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
From this point on, you can go literal anywhere. You've got a goal, but you can go anywhere.
So you're giving us the Todd
I'm-
Howard.
Yes, I'm giving you the reins, basically. What would you like to do?
Tiatwaki, it was Oklahoma City before, right?
Correct. And you're gonna need to probably need to get the rest of your crew with you, using Oklahoma City as a stopping point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's an uneasy truce there. They don't really want you sticking around, but if your team shows up just as a stopping point to use some mana, they'll probably be fine with that.
Right, so I believe our original plan was to go ahead and stick on Route 40
Mhm.
and keep on trucking.
Yeah, that'll take us through Amarillo and Albuquerque.
Now, how many forests does Route 40 hit? It's 0, right?
Yeah, like 0.
Good.
Which does actually mean...
Well, no. Route
Based-
40 goes through Flagstaff, which goes through the Coconino National Forest.
Yeah, and there's a lot of mountains there too. We should be wary of Flagstaff.
Wait, where's Flagstaff?
It's right on Route 40, dude.
It's north of
It's in
Phoenix.
Arizona.
Yeah, north of Phoenix. It's very high elevation.
That's
so-
very far away, though.
I'm just saying.
We're eventually probably going to need a forest.
No matter where you go, you're getting into sort of flat ground plains areas, and if there's one thing that you know about the natural world that you guys came from, it's that places like New Mexico and Phoenix and Texas, all these more arid areas, they aren't exactly great habitants for the sorts of like plants and magic producing stuff that came through the portal with you guys, right?
Correct.
Because not literally every species of mana producing plant came through. When you think about it, it's most of the places that got sent through were, habitable zones. So you're not going to get those like desert plants and things like that came through that would be able to thrive in these areas. So it is far more likely that arid sort of desert hot areas are going to be dead zones.
So it would be more prudent for us then to maybe say start heading north and then maybe go around the meat of the Rockies. per se?
Potentially. I'm just giving you the info. Just saying that you might want to.
The SpaceX South Texas launch site.
Shut up.
Very rude.
There's a grassland up there. That's grass and shit.
I'm just saying, while you're going through areas, you should probably be thinking about where you can most reasonably get mana.
I mean, we're in Oklahoma City right now, right? For all intents and purposes.
Yes.
Yes.
There's the Black Kettle National Grassland.
Yeah, we take 40 over to 283, and we can look there.
There's the Rita Blanca National Grasslands. There's the Taos Ski Valley. There's Cerro Visto. There's the Carson National Forest. Just jumping from basically island to island. Yo, we should go to Grand Canyon National Park, real talk.
I mean, a big part of the reason that we're going to find anything there is because it was just people weren't allowed to clear it out. So I feel like anything that's surviving there could probably survive in nearby areas. We might be better off looking at more specifically forested areas or by lakes or rivers.
And building off that, if we do find anything living out there, Elias could use it to study things that can live without mana that might be magical as well.
But what I'm saying is that
seen it here.
the Grand Canyon is a cultural touch point. it's going to naturally draw interesting people and things just regardless.
We could make for that.
Hang on a second.
So,
Hold up.
It's
hold
north
up.
of Flagstaff.
There is a town just north of the Black Kettle grass thing called Roll.
Called Hoomst?
It's marked Roll. I'm wondering if it's a...
just a town called Roll.
I think so.
And it's got, all it has is a grain and feed store, and that's it.
It's a grain and feed store.
There was
Let's
a
go
great
there.
politics joke that I could make, but I don't think it plays on this podcast.
Good. So, now that you guys have a at least general idea of the layout of the place, you know, to maybe have a character discussion about where you're going and why you're going.
Question. How much would I reasonably know about the Ogallala Aquifer?
What the fuck is the Ogallala Aquifer?
What are you, stupid? You don't know what the Ogallala Aquifer is?
How much would I reasonably know about that? Because I think it's nothing.
What?
Ogallala
Are you people
Aquifer.
all retarded?
Maybe.
What's
What is
wrong
it?
with you? How do you
Oh yeah,
How
this,
am I
this
the
thing.
only
I
one
didn't
who
know
knows
this
what
name.
the Ogallala Aquifer is?
How much would you reasonably know about this? Nothing. There is no way that you would reasonably know about this.
Damn it. I want to do
What
studies.
the fuck? How would anyone know about this?
How would you not?
All right, podcast listeners, write into the show. Did you know about this? 'Cause I didn't.
It's like literally the most important agricultural
That's
feature of
why.
the United
That sounds
States.
like some boring nerd shit.
Shut up. Okay, anyway. This is one of the things you gotta clear up. So, now, go. In character. Discuss where you're going and why.
Alright, so we take Route 40 right on through, going between, going through the grassland there, heading right on into Amarillo, right, guys?
No. Let me look at this map. What are you talking about? We have not yet left Oklahoma City. I think.
It looks like we're still right here.
Well, that was the original plan. What's wrong with it now, Elias?
I'm sorry. You don't remember what just happened? We are not equipped to deal with this level of mana dead zone. Even provided the suits. No, we need to make a detour north.
Well, how far north and how many forests are we going through?
Well, it's not entirely clear just how I really need to do more studies on seed dispersion and air currents, but given my notes on endemic life and most mana producing plants, we can reasonably expect places like Black Kettle National Grassland, Rita, how do you say this? How do you say this? Rita Blanca National
That's about right.
Grasslands?
Just point at it on the map, Elias.
I'm sorry?
Just point at it on the map.
I'm pointing at it right now.
I can't see nothing from over here. Get it? Because we're like half a globe away.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
I got the joke, fucking Tim. Piece of shit. I'm trying to be in character.
So you're thinking of heading on 40 up until we hit Amarillo, going up on 87 up to those Rita Blanca National Grasslands then?
No, we need to make...
Or heading up right now, going on...
we need to
going
go
past Black
north
Kettle.
from Foss, and go past the Washita National Wildlife Refuge, through Strong City, and then leapfrog across Rita Blanca, Carson National Forest, Rio Grande National Forest, Glen Canyon National Recreational Area, and move our way to Las Vegas.
That sounds like a lot of forest. I don't think I really like the last forest we went through.
Well, John,
Vegas? Did you say Vegas, Elias?
I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but I believe so.
John, you've seen the movies about Vegas, right? The lights, the splendor, the crazy adventures.
Yeah, don't really sound like my thing.
Well, they're kind of my thing, so if we're gonna go near there, count me in.
Well, this is just the planning stage, so any of this is subject to change. However, basically, there's a large, I don't know if you're looking at this, but there's a large dead zone between here and Albuquerque in terms of forestation.
Yeah, right now is really kind of the crux. Pretty much any direction we go is going to be pretty slim pickings.
South is sort of out of the question for sure.
Dr. Adelheim.
But yes,
I know you said not to bother you during your planning session, but I couldn't help but overhear since my ear was on the glass directly.
yes.
Do you think we're gonna be okay with the man and everything?
Well, on a certain probability, spreads, I would imagine we'll be all right.
I'm not really worried about me, but Mavala Jr. is looking a little bit weak unless they go over and get a lot of mana, and that really creeps people out.
Well, have you considered maybe working on a sort of class project for Mavala Jr.?
You're just gonna hear, and then hammering.
Yeah, so they can make like some kind of mask, some kind of thing for it to wear. I'm sure it won't freak out. It'll be fine. Well, I actually did like accidentally commune with nature with it, so it's now basically my bonded, companion. So,
Oh, hey, Elias.
yes,
What
John.
if we gave it little socks on its feet to help it stop losing so much mana? I hear cats love that.
Does your displacer beast make too much noise?
Try Nightmare Kitten Mittens.
It's just a big fucking kitty.
Yes. So, anyway, are you guys coming to a consensus that your strategy is going to be to veer a bit north and then try to jump from forest to forest? Try to have his
basically from Sire up to Black Kettle National Grassland. There's some hard mana dead zones there, but like we should be okay if we go north and then west through like Rio Grande, through the Rio Grande and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there's Canyon of the Ancients National Monument, and that sounds
Hell
rad as
yeah.
hell.
Where is that?
Oh, that's actually really cool. It's that's in where is that? What the fuck state is this?
Also, I want to let you guys know
That's
that,
Colorado.
I was looking at the map, and right next to Albuquerque is Las Vegas, and I did not think anything of it until like just now.
Huh?
There's a little tiny nowhere town called Las Vegas. I did not question it at all. In New Mexico.
Wait, I don't see a tiny town next to Albuquerque called Las Vegas.
That's because it's very tiny. You'll have to zoom in far to see it.
Wait, there's
Yeah, I think there are a few Las Vegases.
There's Las Vegas, fucking New Mexico.
Yeah,
Cheeky.
I assume that's what Jerry's talking about. It's kind of out of the way. We'd have to go all the way down to 25 to get to Las Vegas.
No, not that one. See how the writing on it is smaller? Just go to the left. The big one. The big Las Vegas, Patton.
We don't
Come
like
on.
small words around here.
Right. So I guess let's get moving.
Well, don't we need to take stock of everything that we've got? All of our
Probably get
supplies
our team up here
established.
too.
Don't you
I just
have?
assumed we did that off screen. That
Yeah.
we're all ready to go.
Oh. Well, I was gonna.
I mean, we could
I
spend
was
another
giving
20
you the
minutes doing
opportunity to make any sort of adjustments to things that you might want to do. Ready people, that sort of thing.
Is the rest of our caravan here?
Yes.
Yeah, we can assume that by now, the whole planning and everything stage took enough time that the rest of your caravan could have shown up.
All right. So what should our very first stop should probably be at Foss State Park at the Foss Reservoir.
All right.
That is north of Foss on Route 44. Past.
Wait, where the hell is that?
It's on Route 40. You go down Route 40 past Clinton, and then you go to Foss.
I ain't seeing that.
You see
How close is it?
You see. Okay, go out of Oklahoma City. There's Yukon, El Reno, Bridgeport, Hydro, Weatherford, Clinton, Foss. Just straight on Route 40.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Then you change onto Route 44. You go up, and then there's that big lake.
Yeah, there's Foss State Park.
Yeah, Foss State Park, Foss Reservoir, the Washington National Wildlife Refuge.
Yeah. I see it.
We could find a nice farm for Mavala Jr. to live on.
Oh no.
We're getting rid of Mavala Jr.?
No. Mavala Jr. is now bonded. I'm gonna have Mavala Jr. be my student's semester
Class project.
Giving him a mascot.
Yeah, class project.
You are the worst elf.
Whatever, they'll be fine. What? Okay, literally, what is the worst a Displacer Beast has ever done to someone?
I mean, kill and eat him, right?
It'll be fine.
Okay, so there is one concern, which is the rest of your team, as far as the whole mana situation goes. However, you guys can, since you guys are going to be using up far less mana, you can do things like like load a couple of the cars up into the road train, strap them down.
Yeah. Well, I also took clippings from the
Yeah, you can get to work supplementing things, but it's definitely going to be it's not going to be pretty.
Well,
but guys using up basically no mana, considering that you're going to be rocking the suits, is going to ease the mana reliance enough to the point where the rest of your crew can come with you.
Also, off screen, I guess, but I want to start fucking around with centered meditation and centered communing. So like every, I don't know, give me a nature roll every, I don't know, so often, because I want to see how my running theory here is that communing with nature was kind of like tapping into a collective mana hive, basically. And it was really unfocused, so you just basically get this big mass of screaming that kind of ended up being all working together because it's nature and everything's screaming, so eventually it reaches some kind of harmony. But since we're out in the middle of fucking nowhere and there is no massive nature to commune with, I feel like that connection might be able to be really, really strong, like instead of a network, like a USB cable or something. So I want to see how strongly I can commune with Mavala Jr. and Specky, essentially.
All right.
And anything
Makes
interesting that might come from that. So if you need me to do like a nature roll every once in a while.
Sure. I'll let you know.
All right. Other than that, for preparation, that's about all I got.
And so, the cars that you said that we loaded on in there, the rest of the cars were mana sealed as well, right?
Yes.
Oh shit! There's a place called Lucky Star Casino in Clinton.
I'm going to try some experiments about. Would it be possible for me to kind of like easily just like pump the mana out of the cars and keep them as a miniature dead zone in the for us to test stuff in?
That's actually a really fucking smart idea.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh shit.
That's a really smart idea. Thank you for coming up with a smart idea. Holy shit, can I get some fanfare?
We'll add it in post. Congratulations.
First really smart idea of the last 10 sessions.
Wow.
Just wait. If you think that's smart, just wait until you see what I do with it.
No, yeah, this is actually really interesting. Okay, so yeah, if you want to load up one of the cars into the into the road train and then try to siphon out all of the mana and then use that for testing?
Yep. Because, I mean, we can't just roll down the window and then just hold something out. I mean, we could.
So how exactly are you going to... What is your plan for siphoning out the mana? As we can assume that you guys start moving at some point here.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to make a note real quick that I did hop into Dr. Robo's van. I might have gotten drowned out, but I did that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to borrow Specky. See if he can kind of suck the man out there like a sponge and then wring him out. I'm going to ask first, Elias. I'm not going to just take the cat.
Specky makes a concerned face as Patton approaches.
You're doing him a concern.
Oh, no.
Elias, is it alright if I borrow Specky for a little bit?
Absolutely not.
Now, follow my train of thought here, Elias. So we've got the cars in here. We've got a lot of dead area between us and our destination. I was thinking we might be able to make a testing area using one of these cars that we've loaded
This is sounding more and more concerning as to why you would need to borrow Specky.
Now, what I was thinking of, Elias, is that we could take Specky and use him like a sponge, just kind of soak the man out and then bring him out here in the car, right?
No, it doesn't really work that way.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
It actually kind of does.
But not an entire volume. In a chamber like that, it would leak back in immediately.
Well, the cars are sealed to keep mana in, and keeps,
Hey,
which
Pat,
cars?
how you getting Specky out of the car after he gets all the mana?
Well, I mean, there's going to be a little bit of mana left on in there, but that's nothing that a few,
So Specky is going to jump off of your lap, Elias.
Mhm.
As I'm assuming you were doing the whole meditating thing.
Yes.
So he's going to walk over to the to Red's SUV that you guys loaded on in there. Is going to tap on Patton and is going to make the roll down windows hand gesture with a little tendril.
Mm-hmm. Wait a second. That's okay. I know we have fungus cats and stuff, but that stretches believability because
No, I understand.
the roll down windows gesture. We're like 70 years out from now. The roll down windows gesture hasn't been a thing since like.
He's aware.
No, yes.
Okay.
I'm aware.
Alright, I'll go ahead and I'll open up the door and, like someone opening a door for someone in a limousine. I'm going to open that up and guide Specky on in there.
Specky is going to look at you like you're stupid. And he's going to tap on the window.
Alright, I'll roll the window down.
Yeah. You start rolling down and go, meow. Meow.
Right here?
Meow.
Right here?
Meow.
Right here?
Meow.
Oh, okay, right here. Alright, good.
Meow. Specky is then going to sort of go gadget extendo legs.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of whoop. Is going to walk on over to it. Is going to put its face right up against the glass. Then you're just going to see a bunch of little fungal tendrils spread out. And it's going to go right into all the cracks in the window. Just making a seal.
Oh, I mean that makes sense.
See, Elias? It works.
Well, I mean, I suppose. What are you using this for?
Oh, I'm gonna lock myself in it.
All right then.
Specky is going to pop its face back out, look back over at you, and just tilt head.
I'm gonna tell Speck, don't get too close to Pat and Specky. We don't know where he's been.
Meow. So Specky is going to do that and is then just going to start glowing, sort of as the means to vent this mana.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just going to hear a low rumble as it's doing that. It takes a bit, but yeah, this actually does successfully drain the vehicle of mana.
Specky, remember no fruiting bodies. We talked about this.
Meow.
The reason that I did that, well, one, it's a good general testing zone in case Elias and I are working on these plants. I'm assuming that was one of the things that Elias intended to do was try and make these hybridized plants if we can.
Yeah.
And then to actually expose them to a mana dead zone, we can stick them right in the car for a bit. Have a shelf there with a few of the plants, seeing how they react.
That's actually a really good idea.
Back in Tiatlaki, that whole trial that they were going through has got Patton kind of interested in seeing, like, that plus Casey when he was up on top of the train has got Patton kind of thinking of ideas to see if he can increase his own basically, like, if you go underwater and you hold your breath, see how long you can extend it until you get to the maximum, and trying a bunch of different experiments to see how far I can stay in there, seeing how I can apply that to other things, and like that. Just a miniature zone to test on myself and those who are willing.
Yeah, that actually, so that is a fairly good idea, is in terms of, like, you know, essentially altitude training.
Yeah, eventually you'll be able to hold your
attempt
breath
to
long
acclimatize yourself.
that you'll grow gills. That's how it works,
But yeah,
right?
so then we got that going. That's what I'm going to be doing a lot of as we're going between place to place.
Yeah, that's a very smart idea. So, the one caveat of concern is when you have you may want to actually think of a way to siphon the mana that is not utilizing Specky, because Specky is not a clean siphon method.
Yeah.
You don't get pure mana back out.
Yeah, it just goes... Specky has to process it, so you get, like...
Yeah. You just get magical effects. You know, like a glow or some fire or something like that. Whatever it is, it gets burnt up.
Yeah, Specky can't output pure mana. Yet.
Well, unless it's direct interfacing with something, but it can't really just vent it into the air.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's just like a little fireball or something. You know, like a small fire that's just kind of burning.
Unless
cold
Specky's in
fire
backpack mode.
Yeah.
But for some reason, people don't really seem like that keen on allowing Specky to directly interface with their nervous system. Except for Elias. I mean, it's not that weird.
These are bad ideas.
It's fine. There's no way that Specky, being shaped like a cat, has some sort of weird toxoplasmosis thing going on.
So, anyway, you might want to actually think about some form of way of building a siphon system for that, so that you can do this repeatedly without draining your mana reserves.
I can give you, like, a little piece of tendril so that you can see how it works. If you want to try and build an artificial version.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll take some of this Specky piece here.
It wiggles a little bit when you take it.
So, anyway, oh yes, also, as you sort of load everything onto the truck and all that, and begin to get moving, the looting, the entirely legitimate salvage operation that your kobold team was running has gone very successfully, actually.
Sweet.
What did we get?
They were there for long enough that they actually managed to fence a lot of the things that they got, and you got 2,000 gold.
What? That's a fuck ton.
Hot damn.
Yes.
Neat.
Yes, it is.
That's just exciting.
These are efficient little bastards.
Kobolds. Wait, how much of that? How many of these kobolds are wearing, like, nicer shoes now?
Oh, all of them.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Where'd you get those shoes? Found them.
Found them. There is
That was 2,000
absolutely
gold?
no way to stop them from finding nice shoes. Yes.
Okay.
2,000 gold.
I'll save it to my character sheet right now.
2,000 gold. I don't even know. I'll have to look through items later. It's been a while since your boy Elias has gotten a good item.
You've got a lot of them. So,
I do. All right, let's move on. Let's get on.
way.
Going.
Yes. So
I
you're
assume
heading on
we've
over.
hit extended rest. So,
Oh yeah, obviously.
but in terms of, did we hit a what's it called?
Milestone?
Yeah, milestone.
No, it's the start of the day. You won't get those until you do multiple encounters.
All right.
Don't be stupid.
Can we
Hey,
get a milestone anyway?
Patton. What do you do on extended rests?
Oh, well, Elias, I've given you a little bit of, I guess I kind of flicked some specky goo back at you when I picked up the thing there.
You.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You got some extra specky on your shoulder. There you go. There's your +2. You're welcome.
Nah, dude, come on, flavor it better than that. That doesn't make
Yeah,
any.
don't
That
just-
doesn't make any dang sense.
That's basically just saying, fuck off, I don't want to use my character ability.
You want me to do
Like,
this
if
for
you don't
I
want
can-
to use your character ability, that's
Here
fine.
you go, Elias. Elias, I'll give you this this improv opportunity here.
All right, let's improv this +2 then. Patton, where exactly are you taking Specky again? Didn't you figure out a way to siphon this mana yourself?
Well, I've got about half of it figured out. I still need a little bit more here. And, I knew that if I'd asked you, you'd probably ask a bunch of questions and have a bunch of things.
Patton is holding Elias is holding a deck of cards just for setting this. Specky and I have important research to attend to.
I guess I really only need a little bit of Specky.
No. We've been through this. You can't just take pieces of Specky and expect them to function as the whole organism. You're going to taint your results like this.
Taint my results, make them better. I mean, I have to take a piece because I know you won't let me just borrow Specky unsupervised for an extended period of time for some probably very viable reasons.
No, see, I'm not worried about Specky being unsupervised. I'm worried about you being unsupervised with pieces of Specky.
What's the worst that could happen? And don't say all those terrible, terrible things that could happen.
Elias slowly puts away the list that he had of the terrible things that could happen. Look, just figure out a way to, I don't know, use your technology, your building. Stop borrowing Specky.
I'll tell you what. Here, I'll borrow Specky just this one last time. And next time that you see me, I'm going to have something real fancy for you. It'll be a little bit of a thank you gift.
This is literally just the episode of SpongeBob with Gary and the cookie in Patrick's pocket.
Son of a bitch!
Specky didn't want to hang out with Patton. He wanted the mana in his pocket.
Oh, fucking Christ! Why must you shoot yourself in the foot at every turn?
I mean, you say that, but...
So what do you say, Elias? Let me borrow Specky for just a little bit. And I'll give you something fancy. I'll give you something shiny.
Last time.
All right, fantastic. Come on,
Figure
Specky.
this out.
I'll carry him over my shoulder. He gets a look at Elias as he gets dragged away by Patton, who for some fucking reason Elias let him take him.
No,
we have
actually,
fun here.
Specky is just gonna grab onto his shoulders. He's just gonna turn its head back to you and kind of tilt its head, looking slightly concerned.
I'm trusting
I got a fun
you,
idea,
Patton.
but when you use your +2, I've got a fun idea, but I'll just let you know what it is then.
All
or
right.
next time we stop somewhere.
That works. Alright, so where are we on the road now? Like,
All right, you're making your way downtown.
moving fast.
Don't say it, God.
Don't.
I'm gonna can I roll nature as we're going to see if I find anything like super interesting on the road?
Dan,
Sure.
can I roll history? See if I know the lyrics to that song.
No.
No, we're not doing the car sing along.
23.
23? Alrighty. On a 23, you don't really notice anything on the road.
Uh-huh.
However, you do notice Mavala Jr. is staring intently in one specific direction.
Which direction is that?
Towards the northeast.
Northeast, so wait. That would be...
Or northwest, rather. Northwest.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, what the fuck? Northeast? So that's like,
Northwest.
Oh, yeah, northwest, that's right. Wait, where are we on the road now, though?
You're getting towards, in between Weatherford and Clinton.
Okay. So, in all likelihood, he's staring at Riverside Golf Course.
Are you stupid?
Well, you said we're between Weatherford and Clinton.
Yes, no.
Black
It's
Kettle
staring in
National
the-
Grassland.
Yeah, it's staring in the general vicinity of, rather, the Foss State Park area, and more specifically, the giant reservoir.
Oh, okay. I mean, that makes sense. I thought that was maybe too far away for him to be staring at.
Yeah, that is what strikes it as odd for you, that it can somehow still potentially be sensing that mana.
All right, I'm going to then radio back to everybody and just tell them to, prepare as much as possible rather than just regular, mana collecting excursion, but prepare for, I don't know, shit when we get to the Foss Reservoir. Also, how are they going on that project, the mana mask or whatever from Vala Jr.?
They're not that great at it, let's be honest.
I'm gonna have them talk to Dr. Robo and Patton about that.
Yeah, because I don't think none of them were engineering majors.
No,
Yeah.
but they should know a little bit about, mana shit.
Well, actually, one of them is. It's just that
They're not like hammer and nail engineer. They're more like a bunch of numbers.
yeah,
They're nerd engineers.
yeah. Mavala herself is an artificer, but that's a bit out of her realm of study. It's very new for her.
All right, so whenever they get a chance, Dr. Robo and Patton.
Your students. I welcome all students to Patton's to share my pool of knowledge.
I give them the I give them the dealing with Patton guide, which has like a series of steps in successful dealings with Patton. Most of them are just like warnings and bolded and underlined.
If he gives you anything, don't drink
not drink anything Patton gives you. There is a 2-week waiting period and additional testing required for any consumable items received from Patton. Never speak to Patton alone. Always bring a buddy.
This is a mighty helpful book here.
John picks up the manual.
Now that you guys are sort of on the road and all of that, the road train is definitely more packed as you now have everybody, sort of interacting in close proximity.
People are getting antsy.
They're getting a little bit antsy. There's only so much that Veroth and Ballot can do to keep all of the kobolds under control. There's only so, generally pissed off that Alonzo and Dr. Robo can look. They're not happy with the kobold situation.
How is Specky dealing with the kobolds?
Specky is actually dealing fine with the kobolds. Specky and the kobolds seem to get along great.
Hooray. Elias does not like the kobolds in the slightest. He's always smacking their hands off when they try to grab stuff.
However, the real balancing factor in the kobold situation is Mavala Jr.
Oh,
The kobolds sort of instinctively know to not get around that thing, so just one harsh stare, and they kind of fall into line.
I'm going to instruct telepathically or commune with nature to Mavala Jr. to not eat any of the kobolds.
Right. Mavala Jr. just kind of had its mouth open, like doing that thing, like that a cat does when it's about to eat something.
Kobolds inquisitively looking. No.
Yes.
Don't eat them.
So when you do that, you do notice that Alonzo is just gonna give you a raised eyebrow, and then a smug look.
I'm gonna give Mavala the same smug look back as I write down the details of what just happened in a book.
You mean Alonzo, the elf, your elf friend.
Yeah, Alonzo.
Yeah.
Same smug look.
Mavala is your intern here.
Correct. I'm gonna give Alonzo the smuggler.
Or rather, your PhD student. They're basically interns.
I mean, they're basically. Let's be real here. I'm in a master's degree program. We're basically interns.
Yeah. So, as you guys are sort of heading towards 44 here, the interchange to get onto 44 is fine. Like, you're not really running into any trouble as far as the roads go. It's pretty much just fairly moderately overgrown, sort of busted up roads, but it's very flat. There's not much of interest going on. Like, if you look down the road, you can see to the horizon. Like, this is a flat area.
You know, somebody's gonna write in the comments. Actually, you can't see.
What? No, I'm looking at it on fucking Google Maps. You can see for miles. You can see for forever. Oklahoma's flat as shit. Right here. Yeah, you can't try to actually me.
Actually.
So, as you guys are sort of getting in towards your destination here, you do see the greenery start to become a bit more vibrant, and you do see a big sign for Foss Reservoir State Park. And you see off to your right, there's a little greeting center that has, actually stood up decently. There's a nature center and gift shop.
Now with 90% more Foss.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell a Foss is.
That's why you gotta go to find out.
It's the Freddy Freaker of Oklahoma.
So are you guys just going to keep going?
No, we have to turn off and go into Foss State Park. We need to.
Okay, so I don't know if you've actually looked at it. It's mostly a big lake with some plains. It's not like a park.
Yeah, I know, but if we go up 44, you go right past the water.
Yeah.
You mean down 44?
Up 44.
Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry, I was looking at it weird. Yeah, going up 44.
This is in character. Patton has the map upside down.
So, where exactly are you going to attempt to go? Because, I don't know.
Well,
if
I
you
would
looked
go
at
up 44 and up to Butler to 33.
Right. So, what are you doing in this area? Are you going to try and...
Well, I would want to stop right around... You see this facility, the one with the big circular pool?
Circular pool?
Yeah. If you go up 44, right next to...
Right on the right?
Yeah, on the right. You see that facility? It's got it looks like a water treatment plant, maybe.
Yeah, that's definitely not a pool.
No, it is. It's not it's literally a pool of water. It's not a swimming pool.
Yeah, it's like some sort of reservoir or something.
Yeah, I want to check out that treatment plant.
Okay. I don't think that's... I don't even know what that is. It looks just like some sort of... It might be some sort of research facility? Whatever.
Well, it's been 70 years since this photo was taken, so...
Yeah.
I want to see it, and then I just want to take local plant samples and, re-up our mana supply as best we can through here.
Alrighty. So
I want to take a water sample too because I'm looking at algae. I want to see if mana producing algae has started to be a thing.
Yes. So that's the big thing here is that as you step out and as you look out over the creek here in the little water reservoir, you can see a faint shimmer. Like you see that thing like when there's when it's really hot outside and you see like some oil on the road and you start to see those heat shimmers.
Yeah.
You can see just that over the entire surface of the water.
Ooh.
And directly beneath that, you can see some like random short jumps and jolts of mana between these what look like schools of floating algae.
I'm gonna do a thing. Can I collect a whole bunch of it?
Yeah, sure. If you in order to do that, you're going to need to go out onto the reservoir.
Yeah, I don't.
You can't do it from the shore.
Yeah.
Which
I
means
don't
that you're
mind
going to need to go find a boat somewhere.
What can I look for?
Yeah.
I want to look for a boat because I have an idea for
There's
how
a
I
pier
can use
right
this
out over
algae.
here.
Yeah, you're going to
Captain
need
John
to,
Marina
if you
Foss
go
Lake.
down over to the pier, there's probably a boat that you can try and snag.
Okay. Is anybody opposed to me doing this excursion very quickly? I mean, we need to resupply anyway, so.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so I'm going to go out on a boat and start sweeping, basically.
Okay.
I've got a couple of big plastic jars, and I'm going to collect as much algae as I can. And then I'm going to do some cooking.
Okay, so you're going to sweep up some of that algae. As you do that, give me a perception check.
All right. My perception's high as fuck, son. If there's crabs in this lake that attack me, I'm going to be
If there are
very upset.
slugs,
Oh, those are actually houseboats.
Wow,
Pat is
I
actually
rolled
gonna take a
really
look
bad on
around some of
perception,
those.
actually. 18.
18?
Yeah.
Okay. So on an 18, you're out on
I'm
one
not
of
going
these boats. It's
super
actually
deep.
fairly large.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in order to get out there, you do have to be a little bit away from the shore. I'm assuming that you would be close to your team, though.
Well, yeah, I would have the research students out on another boat with me.
I'd be
Okay.
going out to back up Elias.
So you're on the boat with Elias, then?
I would like to be, yes.
John likes boats.
Okay, who all is on boats?
Some
Patton's
people
on one
have
of
to
the
stay on.
houseboats.
Yeah, some people have to stay on shore to go do other stuff. Like this isn't a hey, let's get the team together kind of situation.
Yeah, the mana around here is fine, though. So, like, people are definitely stretching their legs and taking in some mana after a decent amount of, deprivation.
Jerry's still in the Dr. Robo's van working on a project.
Alrighty. Yeah, let me just check up on that.
Are you sending the DM messages
No.
privately? Oh, because I mean, you can do that.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I do that from time to time, actually.
as Elias is doing this, one thing that you notice is you scoop up a lot of the algae, right?
Mhm.
And then the jar starts to feel heavier. Like, a lot.
Like more so than the weight of the algae would imply.
Much more so.
Huh.
To the point where it is
Heavy with
difficult to
banana
hold
juice.
on to it, as it seems to be like attempting to suck itself back down onto the surface of the lake. Due to the 18 on perception there, though, John, you're going to see below the water, you see a little shape, right?
Wait, did John roll
And
for perception?
No, but this is part of you fucking it up.
Oh.
As John is not currently preoccupied with something.
Oh.
You see something come up to the surface of the water, sort of crest its back. Then you see the bottom of this jar crash out, the algae stick onto this thing, and then it goes back under.
Would you be concerned about that?
Probably yes.
Yeah, so Elias, all you saw was the bottom of your jar crashed out, and then you kind of go flying back a bit as you were trying to hold onto this thing.
Hey, can I roll nature to see how much of a predator that thing looked like to me?
Sure.
Wow, I got a 19.
19? Very much so.
We should probably get off this lake.
So what you're going to notice now is...
John, did
these-
John communicate that to me?
I don't know, did he?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Or communicate it to me?
There was that thing our DM was talking about swimming around the lake. It looked pretty scary.
God told you?
What? No, he saw it, dude.
Yeah, he saw it.
Yeah, I saw it. It was a scary thing
Reference
swimming around the
DM.
lake.
Oh,
Looks like you might have upset it when you took that stuff.
well,
Lake grass.
I suppose. Well, it's just algae, actually. But it seems like hive creatures seem to be fairly common. It shouldn't bother us if we don't. Well, I do want to get some of this algae.
So, as you're as you're saying that, both of you guys give me a perception check, and anybody on the shore who could see this.
Oof. I got
Yeah,
a nat
that's
one.
much better. Okay. 20, what is that? 27.
Okay, on a 27 there, you're seeing that the algae is starting to split and coalesce into these, like, semicircular discs in the water. And then you see one of them suck under the water.
Oh, that's cool. I'm going to see if I can grab one of the discs.
Okay. This is a bad idea. So you try to grab one of the discs and you feel it, and it has hardened sort of into a pseudo shell.
Yeah, I'm going to have Specky bake it real quick with fire.
So, that's... I was planning on having that be a surprise.
Yeah, I know.
Very smart. Okay. So So wait, you're having Specky bless it? Why not just use your own little fire thing?
Because I didn't think that this was a place to use like one of the artifacts.
Okay.
I mean,
So you just have
John-
Specky blast it with some rudimentary fire, because Specky isn't exactly good at that.
well, yeah, I mean, I'm going to help though.
So you see that
Just to immobilize it.
So the thing catches on fire. Then you see the fire sort of suck into it. And then you see a sort of embered, cracked, like sort of obsidian-looking shell form around it as it then bursts into flames on its own.
Interesting.
As it then also sucks under the water.
Huh. That's a cool defense mechanism. Right, so at this point, I'm just going to grab a very small amount of this algae and then say, let's head to shore.
Alrighty. So you guys start heading to shore, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to hit land, disembark.
Yeah, I want to grab... How much of the algae was I able to get away with, though?
About a jar.
Okay, that's good.
So
I want to have Specky start trying to magically contain it so it doesn't suck back out.
So Specky is going to like tap on it, right? Look at it a bit. And he's going to look up at you, look very concerned. Specky's going to point at the thing, meow, 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 point at itself and like stretch out its neck. Is going to like point to head, point to jar.
Oh no. Wait, Specky wants to put his head... Specky doesn't want to put his head in the jar.
Meow, meow.
What are you saying, boy? You want me to shoot it?
No. It's part of the creature. So the thing that we've got here is like basically part of its brain that is now pulled away from its body. Yeah, no, I understand, Specky, but on a scale of 1 to leeches, this is not a leech level problem. I mean, it's not... Look, they're not coming after us. It can't survive out of water.
Maybe we should put it back.
Specky is going to look back out over the lake, look back out at you. Meow. As crash, crash, crash. You see several of these things jump out of the water and immediately go after the jar. Like they're just skittering towards you. And what these things look like immediately is sort of imagine a, like one of those leaf bugs?
Yeah.
Right? It's sort of a flat, gaunt insectoid looking thing with one of those split open predator mouths.
Yeah.
A row of 4 eyes, sort of a flat, like wing-shaped head, kind of like a hammerhead. And then just ridges of these leaf-like scales all along its back, which is very haunched. That this algae is attached to. For some of them, and for one of them, the algae on top of its head is missing.
Yes. What I'm gonna do here...
Elias, roll me a nature check.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But what I want to do with this nature check is also... I want to put my hand on the jar, And I want to try and send like a real, like, these things are working on a they're connected. It's like a nature shit. So I want to send a real back the fuck off kind of,
Question mark?
pulse. Yeah.
I want to send out some back the fuck off vibes.
Yeah.
Okay. So roll me that nature check there.
That is. Wait. Oh, it fell. It was on like it hit a corner, so it's like not clear. Let me re-roll it.
Yeah, it's cocked.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good. 30.
So on a 30, right?
Yeah.
The one thing that you realize immediately is these things aren't natural.
Yes.
You can immediately tell their origin because you've heard of these things before, actually. These are some things from the elemental chaos.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
That sounds scary.
Wait, so what about the algae, though?
That seems to be sort of like their adaptation. If you had to guess while they're running towards you, they've figured out some form of way to gain mana in that way. It's definitely part of their body, from what you can tell. It's just sort of they've evolved into pseudo plant beings.
Oh, that's cool.
Basically photosynthesis.
Yeah, they've got a kind of symbiosis.
But these
going
are
on.
these are some beings from the elemental chaos.
How the fuck they get here?
That's a good question. How does anything from the elemental chaos get anywhere? And the answer is we don't really know. But yeah, these are kind of abyssal sort of nightmares.
Oh, shouldn't we have fucking Jerry deal with this shit then?
Potentially. So
Hey, Jerry, come fight these
any
things for us.
dang way, as these things are sort of screeching after you. Another thing that you remember, as in the split second when these things are running at you, is do not let them bite you.
Okay.
Absolutely do not let them bite you unless you want to get any form of horrible diseases.
Well, how's my fuck off vibe go for these boys?
How did your fuck off vibe go? Not very well as far as keeping these things away from you because they don't operate on the same wavelength. It's not something that you can actually commune with.
What about the algae on their back?
The algae on their back is part of them. It's the
So
exact...
it's like slaved to them at this point.
Well, yeah. Or rather, it is literally part of them.
Okay,
It's-
well, so now that I know that these are elemental chaos and not natural, that means the algae is basically worthless to me because it's going to have all sorts of fucked up shit going on with it.
Potentially. The other thing that you immediately know about that then, since you cannot commune with these things or interact with them via the routes of nature, is they're gonna be tricksy little bastards. Standard rules are not gonna apply. They're gonna do some weird shit. So, as you guys are getting swarmed by
How many
these
of them
elemental
are there?
chaos beings, let me check my notes for this fight. But anyway,
Oh, for this fight, okay.
yeah, roll me some initiative, nerds. What did you think?
Everybody or just them?
Everybody.
Okay.
Just the two of us are gonna fight these guys.
All right, well, I'll tell you one thing. I don't agree with that algae. You know what I do agree with? That this is Revival, a Dungeons & Dragons real play podcast, episode 51. You can find links to all of our social media, other podcasts, all that good stuff in the description. YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, all that stuff on the website, LMTYA.com. Or, let me tell you about .moe. There's a Discord, Patreon, all that fun stuff. We'll have a quick outro for this one and pick right back up next week with more Revival, a Dungeons & Dragons real play podcast.